Good morning. Welcome to the Urban Assembly Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us today. Got a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. And if your question is for a specific school, name the school in your question. Your cameras and microphones are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. So just sit back, relax, and absorb all this great information coming your way over the next 44 minutes or so. This is just one of many different sessions happening. Be sure to sign up for additional ones where you signed up for this one. And this presentation is being recorded. It'll be available within about a week, again, at the same website where you registered for this session. On the screen, I'm sharing with you. You can see I'm moving my mouse over session A1. That is the session you are in right now. Those are the 6 schools that will be presenting today. So I will step out of the way now and turn it over to our first presentation from the representative from CUNY, Hunter College.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for listening to me and thanks for having me here. I'm Mayan Lanza. I'm one of the admissions counselors at Hunter College. I've been there for almost 2 years now. Just to share a little bit of my experience, I actually used to be a QCC student, Queensborough Community College student. I went there for a year before I transferred out to University at Buffalo, where I got a degree in English literature. And then I started working at QCC in admissions and then transitioned into Hunter College. So I'm gonna share my presentation briefly. Hopefully everyone can see. The motto for Hunter is Mihi Kira Futuri, the care of the future is mine. And I think that students who attend Hunter, since it's a large school in the middle of the city, they kind of have to put their own care of academics and student life into their own hands. So that's a little bit of what I take that to be. Kind of have to reach out yourselves or ask a lot of questions yourselves, although we do have a ton of support systems. And for students who are accepted, who are brand new freshmen during the fall and spring semesters, we do have accepted students days and orientation days, even virtually. So we can introduce all these types of features for you, but it's really a matter of taking it into your own hands after that. We are located on East 68th Street and Lexington Avenue, and the 6 train goes right into the main campus. Most majors will be in the main campus. We do have 4 residence halls located on the Upper East Side, and 3 on the Upper East Side and 1 on East 25th Street. If you're interested in nursing, social work, public health, or political science, you may take some of those courses later in your college career on some of the other campuses. But for the most part, almost all majors and almost all courses will be on East 68th Street. We do have over 70 majors and minors, and the most popular majors are psychology, nursing, social work, education. English was actually very popular last year, which made me very happy. And the class sizes are usually on the smaller side. We do have about 4 large lecture halls, and if someone is taking, let's say, pre-health, or they have to take prerequisite courses from nursing or maybe some other science majors, you will be put in a large lecture for the one-on-one classes. So there can be a couple of hundred students per class, but they are broken down into lab settings. So I don't want anyone to get a little confused by that if they're in a really large class, but the labs are smaller. So it's about 20 to 25 students. You'll be taught by professors and graduate assistants who are in master's or PhD programs, but they're all excellent programs. I think that Hunter gives equal opportunity for all of these types of majors, regardless of what you would like to get into. And I think they see that there's potential in any type of career. We do have over 100 clubs. We're Division III athletics. So we do have sports teams within soccer, fencing, indoor and outdoor track, soccer, volleyball, basketball. I think I'm probably forgetting a few. I'm not a very athletic person, honestly, but we have clubs in almost anything. And if you find somehow you don't find the club that you like, you can make your own club eventually once you're a continuing student at Hunter. But I highly recommend trying to get involved as early as you possibly can, and when you are a freshman or a first-year student at Hunter, because it can be really easy to go to school and go home and not utilize those resources and kind of get stuck in a loop of where you are just going to class and going home, but you can meet amazing people and it helps network too. We do have residence halls, like I said, about 4 of them. Although most students do commute to the school, most students don't actually reside on the halls, but anyone can apply for it, whether you're in city or out of the state. So you could meet other people this way, but you'll most likely meet people in clubs and going to class as well. We don't have meal plans, but there are laundry, kitchen, study hall facilities. One of them, I think it's 97th Street, has a cafe. They also have a student weight room, so anyone has access to that if you reside there. So there are facilities that you can utilize for yourself. We also have study abroad programs. There are CUNY affiliated and some of them are SUNY affiliated too. So there's accessibility to any type of country, any type of program, whether you want to only go for a week or if you want to go for up to a year or for a few months. And you could take courses that pertain to your degree, whatever degree you would like to get, or if you want to learn language, conduct volunteer work, or research experience, either or. And I think it's very accessible because you are paying the Hunter tuition rate for most programs. A lot give scholarships too, depending on your GPA for college. And if you are receiving financial aid, that could help cover the cost for study abroad as well. Am I going over? I'm sorry. I'm not sure if I am.
Yeah, you've got about 10 to 15 seconds left in your...
Okay, I'm sorry. I will put up the admissions requirements. So just to give that for 10 seconds, we're not utilizing the SAT or ACT. It's test blind for the fall semester. And I'll answer any questions in the Q&A. The middle average is between 88 and 94, but it's not the minimum to get in. But we will look at your essay, your classes, and your current GPA as well for the application. Thank you. Sorry for going over.
Okay. No worries. And we'll remind everyone, the Q&A is where you can ask questions of any of our presenters. And if it's for a specific school, make sure you put the name of the school in your question so they know it is for them. Up next, we will hear from the representative from Lincoln University.
How you guys doing today? My name is Nicholas Warachi. I am the admissions counselor here at Lincoln University. So you guys, pretty much can call me, text me, email me, whatever you have to do to get in contact with me. What I would do, I will put my email and everything at the end of the presentation. But I do have a video here for you guys. Pretty much sums up everything about Lincoln University. So I'll share my screen. Enjoy, you guys.
This is Lincoln.
A place bigger than yourself. The pride, the joy, the hope, the love.
The first Black degree granting university where preparation meets opportunity.
Learn, liberate, lead.
Where you don't just meet friends, you meet family. Where you don't just learn, you educate. Where you don't just live, you come alive. It's more than pen, it's more than paper.
It's the experience, the challenge, the fight, the grit, the passion. Making a difference, take a step, bring others with you. This is what we are. This is LU.
Welcome to Lincoln University, the nation's first degree-granting, historically Black college and university. Our 422-acre campus is located in southern Chester County, Pennsylvania. Our Office of Academic Support is committed to assisting the Lincoln community and building a culture of academic excellence. To do so, we provide academic coaching and advising, professional and peer tutoring, and student development workshops. Our $28 million Health and Wellness Center opened in September 2012. The facility contains basketball courts, classrooms, administrative and faculty offices, a track, rock climbing wall, weight and fitness equipment, health clinic, and a healthy eating cafe. Ivory V. Nelson Center for the Sciences houses the teaching and office needs of some of our STEM majors, including chemistry and biology, physics, mathematics, nursing, and computer science. Langston Hughes Memorial Library is named for one of Lincoln University's most famous graduates. The facility contains reading lounges, computer labs, areas for microforums, individual and group study rooms, university archives, and more. The Ware Center for Arts houses our visual and performing arts, foreign languages, and music programs. University Dining Hall has something for everyone. From salads to soul food, we've got you covered. Referred to as the Sub. Inside the Student Union building, you'll find our Office of Financial Aid, Office of Residence Life, our campus bookstore, Student Government Association offices, a theater, a barbershop, and more. There's something for everyone. Whether you're joining one of our 50 clubs and organizations, joining a fraternity or a sorority, participating in our Division II athletics, intramural sports, gospel choir, concert choir, there's something for everyone. Lincoln University educates and empowers students to lead their communities and change the world. We can't wait to see you on campus.
Nicholas, you're still muted.
Sorry, you guys. So we do have a free application here for you guys. Pretty much you can scan that QR code and pretty much everything's going to be on there. And then we do have a tentative test waiver option here as well. It's called the LIFT program. So if you cannot take a SAT or ACT test or cannot retake one due to your score being low and not acceptable to you, you then can now be assessed based off your GPA and then also how you answer the questions on the application. So we strongly, guys, urge you to apply today so that way you're ahead of the game as far as scholarships, to apply scholarships and everything like that. And if you want to request me, one-on-one meeting via Zoom outside of this, you can, scan the QR code, save that page. That's my email, and that is my number as well. Call me, email, text me. This is Lincoln University, the first historically national, first degree granting historically Black college and university. Thank you for your time, everybody.
Thanks. We'll leave that up for a second as I remind everyone to use the Q&A to ask questions of any of our representatives who are presenting during the session. And if it's for a specific school, name the school in your question. It's been a pretty active Q&A so far, so probably expect that to continue. On the way next, we will hear from the representative from Binghamton University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Justin Brim. I'm the admissions counselor here with Binghamton. I'm joined by my coworker and fellow admissions counselor, Alexander Ma, who's going to be on chat. We're waving really quickly, but I'm going to stop my video and share my screen. Thank you, everybody, for attending again. Awesome. So Binghamton University, as you know, is part of the State University of New York, SUNY being the largest university system in the country, and we are one of the 64 campuses. And narrowing the funnel a little further, we are also one of the 4 university centers. Binghamton is a research university, a top-tier ranked research university that really has as its staple providing public service to the greater community in its mission and values about collaboration, especially amongst your peers, as well as the importance of exploration and discovery. I don't want you to lose sight of those 2 terms when we talk about Binghamton. Binghamton, we have 14,000 undergraduate students and about another 3,700 graduate students. We get in excess of 40,000 applications every year, generally for a fall semester, like those of you who will be entering college in fall 2021 or fall 2022 and beyond. We generally bring in around 2,900 first-year students, i.e. freshmen, every single fall. What it shows there as far as the general admissions GPA of our mid 50% of our enrolling students, as well as the SAT and ACTs, but please be aware for 2021, we're not sure yet about 2022, but for 2021, we will be standardized test optional. And this truly means, and Binghamton does mean this, when we say test optional, we truly mean it. And that really means it's up to you whether you want to send your scores or not. It's not going to be a detriment to not have scores as part of your record. And it's not necessarily an advantage to have scores as part of your record. It's really up to you and what you want to add as part of your application, scores or not. We will be able to do a holistic review and review you and see if you'd be a good fit amongst the applicant pool that year for Binghamton. You may also be looking into applying to one of our opportunity programs. One very special one, of course, is our EOP, Educational Opportunity Program, one of the largest and most successful college access and opportunity programs in the country. It is operating at 48 SUNY campuses currently right now. So as it shows, it does provide opportunity for students outside of the general admissions process. So if you are showing, and it looks at a number of things, including, financial economic documentation, looks at coursework and such of the like. So if you see what the mid 50% was for the general admissions enrolling students, as it shows there, and once again SATs or ACTs are optional, it does show what it is for the mid 50% students who might not initially qualify for under the general admissions process will have an opportunity because they show the opportunities to be able to succeed and be successful during their time at Binghamton for the EOP that we have here at Binghamton, with over 600 students, bringing about 150 new students every single fall. We have 130 academic undergraduate degree programs and about 80 graduate degrees across 6 schools: arts and sciences, public affairs, nursing and health sciences, business and management, engineering and applied sciences, as well as pharmacy. We have a great pre-med, pre-law, and others as far as pre-professional programs to set you up with the skills you need to be successful and get admitted to professional medical, dental, physical therapy, law schools, and more all across the country. So once again, our staple is research. We have research in every single discipline. So students who might be interested in arts, just as much as you might be interested in computer science, have opportunities for research, even as early as your first year. We have opportunities through our FRI program, first year research immersion, and Source Project. These are one of only few in the country. I can count on one hand how many programs across the country have it. We offer opportunities for internships and great career and professional development, service learning, not forgetting the importance of being active in your community. And of course, as part of SUNY, we have the largest study abroad program in the country, over 1,000 programs that are offered. Over 450 student-run clubs and organizations, 21 NCAA Division I athletic teams, and a very robust club sport and intramural program, over 100 music and theater performances annually. And do know that we have a strong commitment to health and wellness as well. You are welcomed here, you are valued, and you are included. So we know the importance of your physical, mental, and emotional health and how that's tied to your success at Binghamton and beyond. But do know, no matter where you're coming from, what your race, ethnicity, gender identity, sexual orientation, religious or secular affiliation, socioeconomic status, you are valued, welcomed, and included here as students at Binghamton. A little over half our students live on campus, 6 residential communities, many different food venues, and we have ways to, of course, make accommodations for your diet should you have specific needs. We are a leader in sustainability, including research and academic programs, because once again, being of public service and wanting to be an agent for positive change in the greater community knows that sustaining not just our campus, but being a leader towards working to sustain our future and work for the better environment is obviously of utmost importance. And the last few slides I'll mention, of course, we are a great value. Just being able to offer the return on investment for an education that Binghamton does provide. So we are taking applications, of course. We have an early action deadline of November 1st. We also have our general decision, including if you're applying for EOP, on January 15th. And you can submit either the SUNY, Common, or Coalition application. And we have many ways to connect with us throughout the week and weekend, including looking at virtual visit opportunities, tours, information sessions, and more. We do have an open house coming up again soon, very soon, in the next couple of weeks. And these will be opportunities for you to learn about many different things related to financial aid, sustainability, student life, and of course, our academic sessions. And of course, if you have questions, please feel free to reach out. And you can definitely do that by reaching Alexander at his email, as you see there, alexma@binghamton.edu. And you can also look at reach us admit, ADMIT, at binghamton.edu for more questions. And I thank you all again.
Thank you very much. And I will remind everyone that if you have questions, use the Q&A button on your screen to ask any of our representatives. And if your question is for a specific school, make sure to include the school name in your question. Up next, we'll hear from the representative from Colgate University.
Good morning. My name is Lynn Holcomb from Colgate University. It's great to see some upstate New York representation here this morning from a number of colleges. Like others, I'm going to share a short video this morning, which I hope in this virtual world will give you a great first introduction to the personality and experiences available at Colgate.
Set on a hillside in the center of New York State is one of America's preeminent institutions of higher education, opening its doors to the best and brightest. Colgate University offers 56 diverse majors, extraordinary research opportunities, more than 220 clubs, and the highest level of competition in athletics, Division I. Distinguished by its talented research faculty, engaged and creative student body, passionate and successful alumni, and a residential community where life and learning transcend disciplines and cultures. A scene of unforgettable beauty, of energy and spirit, of community and intellectual preparation for life. This is Colgate.
One thing that is always important to know about Colgate is that we are located in a rural location. We're located in Hamilton, New York, which is just about 4 hours north of New York City. And I want to just highlight a few very, very important factors. We are a university by name. We have one master's program. It's a master's in teaching. Otherwise, please think of us as an undergraduate college. We have just about 3,000 students on our campus, and they hail from all across the US and truly all around the world, representing over 70 different countries at Colgate. I want to focus on some of our resources that are available for our students that I think are really critical for all high school students to be aware of. First, affordability and financing a college education. Colgate has a financial aid policy where we meet 100% of a student's demonstrated need. In addition, we are no loan for families whose income is $125,000 a year or less. And that is important for us to make sure that all of our students have access to the resources at Colgate. We also guarantee housing for 4 years. Guaranteed housing is a part of our residential commitment to our students. And we also have a variety of dining options on campus, and we guarantee a full service dining plan for our students as part of their financial aid package as well. We work on the all-you-can-eat model, where you can swipe as many times and are not charged per food item, but simply have access to our dining halls and snacks and opportunities throughout the day. In addition, we also want to celebrate and support our wide variety of support services for our students. Colgate actually has launched a First at Colgate program, which is the celebration and support for first-generation students at Colgate. I am a first-generation college student and Colgate alumnus as well, and I am part of the First at Colgate staff representation at Colgate. And that is an incredible opportunity for individuals to have the necessary academic, personal, and social support as they transition to a four-year liberal arts residential experience as a first-generation college student. We also are an inaugural first-year member with the QuestBridge program, so we will be supporting QuestBridge students on our campus as well. And we also have an incredibly prestigious Office of Undergraduate Studies Scholars program that is also for low-income first-generation students that gives them incredible levels of support and an academic summer program experience prior to the start of their first year at Colgate. Many of our students of color find wonderful affinity and support within our Alana Cultural Center and affinity groups at Colgate, and that's going to be the home of cultural conversation. You'll find within our liberal arts curriculum that we focus not only on developing cultural competency and global citizenship for all of our students, but that's celebrated in our campus community as well. I want to just talk briefly in our last minute or so about a couple additional levels of support that are provided to all students as part of their Colgate education. Like many colleges who've already presented, Colgate also celebrates an extensive study abroad program. Our financial aid at Colgate is portable, and that allows all of our students receiving financial aid to have access to one full semester off-campus study and also a short-term travel experience. In addition, we want all of our students, regardless of socioeconomic background, to have access to summer internships. And so we also support an endowed summer fellowship program that can support students for additional funding that they may need for transportation, for housing, or to be able to say yes to an unpaid or underpaid internship. Our goal is to make sure that after 4 years, our students are gaining that first job and entrance into graduate school or professional school. And in a traditional year, we do have about 98% of our students gainfully employed or in graduate school within 6 months of graduation. I will post into the chat my contact information and welcome continued conversation with any students interested in Colgate.
Thank you very much, and I will remind everyone to use the Q&A button to ask questions of any of our presenters during this session for a specific school. Name the school in your question so they know it is addressed to them. Up next, we'll hear from the representative from Columbia University.
Alrighty, hi everyone. Let me get my screen up. Okay, so hi everyone, my name is Zarina Hutchins. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm one of the senior admissions officers at Columbia University in the city of New York. I am joined by my colleague, Veronica Aguilar-Hornig, who will be helping out in the Q&A. So feel free to just completely pester us with any questions that you may have. We love any and all questions, so send them to us. So Columbia University in the city of New York, where are we located? We are within Manhattan. We are in a neighborhood that some may call Morningside Heights. I like to think of it as this intersection of Harlem and the Upper West Side. We do have a completely residential campus, so 95% of our 6,000 undergraduate students will remain in Columbia housing for all 4 years. All first-year students, no matter where they call home, are required to live on our campus. So I know everybody here is from the city. You will be required to live on our campus that first year, and that's just to make sure that you are fully embedded within that undergraduate community. But again, 95% of students choose to remain in Columbia housing, and it will be guaranteed for you for all 4 years. If you are receiving financial aid, we will continue to adjust your financial aid to take into consideration things like room and board fees, what have you. So that way it's still an affordable option for you to live on campus. As far as who our student body is, again, 6,000 undergraduate students, 18% of those students will be the first in their family to go off to college. Over half of our students are self-identifying as students of color. We have all 50 states represented. Certainly, we have plenty of students who are coming from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, but we also have students from Alaska, Wyoming, Vermont, who are within our community as well. We also have 110 foreign countries represented on our campus, and 12% of our 6,000 undergraduates are foreign citizens based off of the passport that they hold. We also want to make sure that our students are very involved. So there's a variety of ways that they can go ahead and do that. We offer over 500 different student clubs for students, 40 of which are cultural affinity groups. Columbia had the very first Black student union on a non-HBCU campus, and we had the first LGBTQ+ student advocacy group of any American college or university. If you're interested in things like performing arts, why not stay in New York City and do it? We have over 100 different groups for that, and plenty of groups that are focusing on service and political engagement within that 500 club. We also have 31 Division I sports. We compete in the NCAA. We compete in the Ivy League Conference. So if anybody was confused, where does this term Ivy League come from? It is our athletic conference. We do pretty well for ourselves. We're kind of like the little engine that could. We are the reigning national champions in sports like fencing and men's lightweight rowing. So if you want to really be able to learn about some of those sports that you might see a little bit later on in the Olympics and have some of your classmates go to the Olympics, Columbia is a great spot for you. As far as some of our favorite traditions on campus, we have things like tree lighting right here in the middle. Students wait for these trees to light up in early December, really great for the Instagram. We also have Bacchanal, which is our student concert every single year. Now, the first thing that we need to acknowledge is that Columbia has a very intimidating sticker price. Our full cost of attendance at Columbia, so tuition, room and board, any other additional fees, is over $80,000. What I want to stress is that even though we are super expensive on paper, it's very unlikely that that's going to be the cost of attendance for you specifically. We have very generous financial aid at Columbia. And the reason that we do that is because we only have need-based financial aid. I do not have any merit scholarships to offer. I don't have any academic scholarships. I don't have any athletic scholarships. And it's really hard for us to pick a small percentage of students to be admitted to Columbia and then pick another small percentage to receive merit scholarships. So it's exclusively in the form of need-based financial aid. I will be need blind in admissions for all of my domestic students. That's my US citizens, my permanent residents, my refugee status students, DACA and undocumented students are all domestic students in my process. So I will be need blind through your admissions process. I will also meet your full demonstrated need for all 4 years at Columbia. So that means that I need you to fill out some forms, the FAFSA, the CSS profile, some forms that you may have heard from your counselor. We just need you to fill those out to determine your demonstrated need. And then the money that we give to you will be in the form of grants, scholarships, and work study. So we have a no loan policy for all of our students at Columbia, and that's great. So all the money that I give you is with this knowledge that you're not going to pay me back immediately. You can one day if you choose to, but again, all of that money is given directly to you so that way you can pay for your education. Now, over half of our students are receiving some form of financial aid from Columbia. 40% of our students are paying $5,000 or less to attend every single year. We offer $185 million in need-based aid annually, and that number increases as the years go on. We also want to make sure that affordability does not stop with your financial aid letter. New York City can be a very expensive city to live in, especially for a college student. So we try to make it as affordable as possible for students. When you're on campus, it's things like having free laundry in your residence hall, having that amazing meal plan so that way you can eat as much as you want to. Our dining halls are open 23 hours a day. But we also want to make sure that students, no matter their financial background, can take advantage of New York City as well. So free entry to museums, what have you, free and discounted Broadway tickets as well. Now, just quickly jot down our deadlines because I want to be kind to our final presenter today. November 1st for early decision for your admissions application, and then for financial aid, November 15th. For students interested in regular decision, January 1st for admissions and February 15th for financial aid. I will also be in the Q&A, so I'll see y'all in a little bit.
Thank you very much. And again, As mentioned, the Q&A is where you can ask questions of any of our presenters. Make sure to name the school if you have a question for a specific school. Just put the name of the school in your question. Up next, we will hear from our final presenter in this session, Syracuse University.
Hi everyone, I'm just pulling up my screen. Okay, so my name is Bobby Mason. I'm an assistant director of admissions for Syracuse University. In terms of the university, we are located in Syracuse, New York. So that's about 5 hours from New York City by driving. You can also get to campus by train, bus, or you can fly. As you can see in this picture, we are a traditional residential campus. We have about 15,000 undergraduate students and anywhere from 5,000 to 7,000 graduate students. So you are required to live on campus the first 2 years. We really want you to start making those connections. And then if you'd like to move off campus after that, you do have that option. Outside of our main campus in Syracuse, we also have centers in New York City, Los Angeles, as well as Washington, D.C. And we also have centers abroad. So students are really able to get that global experience as well as some professional experience by doing internships in some of those other centers that we offer. So while we have 15,000 undergraduate students, right when you apply to Syracuse, you are choosing from the 10 undergraduate colleges and schools that make up the university. So we have a lot of academic offerings. We have 200 majors and 100 minors, and those are broken out into the 10 colleges and schools that you see on your screen because each school has a kind of different curriculum. So the largest school within the university is our College of Arts and Sciences and Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs. That's really where your liberal arts are housed. So humanities, natural sciences, math, and social sciences. And that's really the foundation of the university. And then you can see we also have some professional degree programs. And each school has some degree of liberal arts, which do vary. Our professional architecture degree, it's pretty minimal, whereas our business and public communications schools, it's about a 50-50 split. We recognize that students have multiple interests, so they're certainly able to take classes across these different colleges and schools. They could pursue double majors, a major and minor, or you can even apply to a dual enrollment program. And you can see on the right side that some of our programs are nationally ranked. And I would just note, because you are in a smaller college, our average class size is probably smaller than you might think. It's 26 students, 90% of classes are fewer than 50 students. So right from the start, when you're at Syracuse, you'll have support. Academically, your academic advisors help you put together your class schedule. They're working with you to ensure you're fulfilling all your requirements and graduating in 4 years, as well as coming up with a plan to help you, go abroad if that's part of what you'd like to do. We are a Research 1 institution, so that's the highest distinction that you can get. So we have a lot of faculty actively involved in research, but our undergraduates are also able to take part in that as early as freshman year. And that research really is happening across all disciplines, definitely in the STEM, but also outside of those. And we have the Source, which is an office whose sole purpose is to really connect students to research opportunities and support them in their creative endeavors. A number of our students like to kind of expand their horizons, so they might go abroad in one of our 5 centers or through a partner program. And then we also have those US centers I mentioned before, where you spend a full semester doing an internship while taking classes. We have students who are interested in the pre-med or pre-health track. They have advisors that help them take the classes that they might want to do. As well as a pre-law track. We actually have a pre-law school at Syracuse. Sorry, it's a law school, not a pre-law school, which is a great opportunity. And with this support that you're getting throughout your 4 years, you are thinking about not just what you're doing as a student, but long-term. So our students are getting jobs, they're going to graduate school. 92% of them have one of those opportunities within 6 months of graduating. Outside of academics, Syracuse is really known for our school spirit. We are a Division I athletics school, so that definitely contributes to the community. but there's also a lot of ways for students to define their social life. We have over 300 clubs and organizations that really range from performance-based groups to club and intramural sports, social justice clubs, cultural clubs, so on and so forth. And then we also have our cultural centers that do a lot of work with our students, such as our Office of Multicultural Affairs, LGBT Resource Center, and our Disability Cultural Center. And we really are thinking about supporting our students holistically. So not only are they, living on campus in our 19 residence halls and eating on campus, but they also have access to centers such as the Barn Center, where they can really take care of their bodies and their minds. In terms of joining the Syracuse community, we are exclusively on the Common Application. We have the 2 decision plans. I would just reiterate that it's important to do a little bit of research to see what college or school best aligns with your academic interests. You can list up to 2 options on the Common Application, and we are test optional for this year. If you are interested in a personal interview, that's a great way for us to learn more about you as a person. And then as a private institution, we do have a higher sticker price. However, most of our students are not paying that. Everyone who applies is automatically considered for merit scholarships, and then you can apply for need-based aid, and 76% of students receive some sort of aid. So hope you can check us out more and stay in touch with me.
Thank you very much. We can leave that up for a second so people can take the time to scan the barcode and get your contact information. And we've got a couple minutes left here, and normally we would do a quick Q&A, but I don't really want to do that here because there's so many questions in the Q&A box. So I want to give our reps a chance to answer those over the last 3 minutes. So I'll just remind everyone that there are other sessions that they can sign up for. Also, I will ask our other reps to come back on. I'm going to, maybe if I hit the right button here, I will share the order. And I'd like you, each rep from each of our schools, I know most of you ended with your contact info, but I'd like you to maybe repeat that here. I'm going to get rid of I'll stop sharing here. But for Hunter College, if you could come on and give, if people want to follow up, who they can contact and what would be the best way to do that.
Absolutely. The best way to contact is probably by email right now. And my full name is Ann Lanza. In case that the share screen doesn't work, let me just pull it up really quickly. But my email is ann.lanza@hunter.cuny.edu, ANNE.LANZA@hunter.cuny.edu. So that is the best way to probably reach me. But I also have contact with my office phone number, as long as my phone is working. And my office number is 212-396-6691. Again, 212-396-6691.
Excellent, thank you. And Lincoln University. And there it is again, awesome. We'll leave that up for about 10 seconds or so. Appreciate that. And Binghamton University.
Yes, so you can definitely reach out and check out all the different opportunities to connect with a counselor, connect with a representative, starting at our main account, visit.binghamton.edu. Then you can also reach, just say if you want to reach somebody individually, like myself or Alexander. I'll start once again, because in the presentation it had his email, Alex, A-L-E-X, Ma, M-A, @binghamton.edu. And then my name's Justin again, and my email is JBRYM like Mary, M like Nancy, @binghamton.edu. But once again, you can reach out through our visit page, and you can see all the different offerings that we have, in addition to live chats and one-to-one appointments for any counselor.
Sounds good, thank you. Colgate University. You're still muted.
Yeah. I just renamed myself in my little box here to have my email address up at lholcomb@colgate.edu. That is the most efficient way to reach me. And again, as all the other colleges have referenced, lots of great ways to be in touch with our students, our alumni, and a number of virtual panels at www.colgate.edu/visit. Excellent, thank you. Columbia University.
Yep, totally. So the best way to reach out is our general email. It is going to be ugrad, ugrad-ask@columbia.edu. Also, our website is undergrad.admissions.columbia.edu. And there you'll be able to learn about our admissions profile so that we have a lot of minimum GPA questions. That's the best place to go for that. You can also register for our HEOP student panel, which will be happening on November 19th.
Excellent. And last but not least, Syracuse University.
Yes. Hi. The best way to reach the admissions office is orange@syr.edu. Our phone number is also on our site, and we have a number of virtual sessions for you to learn more about the schools and programs and everything else. So thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much for sharing that. Wanted to make sure people had that information for everyone. Also, if you take a look very quickly, if you're an attendee and you see all the panelists' name there, that's where you can get some of their names in the correct spelling if you didn't quite catch it when they were giving it. But I want to thank everyone for joining us today. When you close this window, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted today. Be sure to sign up for additional ones where you signed up for this one. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings, again, at the same website where you registered for this session. Again, once again, thank you to our presenters for sharing all that great information with us today, and thank you for attending. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.